Welcome to Story Sprout, where every little story is a tiny seed. And today's tale might just grow something wonderful inside you. Before there were villages, before names and roads, there was only the river. It wound through mountains like a silver thread, and wherever it touched, truth took root. The elders said the river was alive, not with fish or reeds, but with memory. They called it the River of Truth, because it remembered what people forgot. When someone spoke honestly, the water brightened. When someone lied, even a little, a faint shadow rippled through it, a whisper only the brave could hear. In time, people built homes along its banks. They drew water from it, bathed their children in it, and looked into it when they were unsure of themselves. They said, the river never lies. But as generations passed, people stopped listening. They thought truth was just a word, not a living thing. Yet the river was still listening, waiting for someone who would test its patience, and someone who would remind the world how to make it shine again. That's where our story begins. In a quiet valley called Larkenvale, where two children stood at its edge, Eli, who longed to be seen, and Mira, who believed that truth could light even the darkest water. So lean in, listener, and watch the water with them. If you look closely enough, you might see your own reflection move.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ha! 4 skips. The river's in a good mood.
Or your arm's getting stronger.
Grandma says the river listens. You get what you ask for. If you ask honestly.
Then I should ask for drawing skills.
Ask to see what's true. The rest follows.
Mira trusted truth like sunlight. Eli liked truth when it didn't get in the way. The days in Larkenvale passed like sunlight through leaves, bright, simple, and honest. But even in peaceful places, temptation waits like a shadow beside your reflection. And for Eli, that shadow appeared one morning at school. A contest arrived. Paint what our village means to you. A place in town hall for the winner. A place Eli longed to fill.
If I win, maybe people will finally see me.
Then, paint what you see.
That's the problem. I don't see how to make it good.
Night fell. In the attic, dust lay thick as doubt. Beneath a moth-eaten cloth, a painting.
It's perfect. The light, the current.
Perfection tempted him like a door cracked open.
If I copy it, I can be who they think I am, for once.
Eli worked through the night, brush trembling between pride and fear. When the morning came, the village saw beauty, but the river saw something else. For truth, even when hidden, has a way of staring back. Applause is loud. Conscience is louder if you listen.
Eli, it's beautiful. I feel like I've seen it before.
Deja vu, maybe. I painted late.
A metal fell cool against his chest. The river flowed past, quiet as a held breath.
Truth flows deep, Eli. What you hide, I hold.
Who said that?
The river does not point. It reflects. That night, as praise echoed and the metal gleamed, the river began to stir. It had felt the lie sink into its depths, small but heavy, and by dawn the silver river no longer shone. By morning the silver river was pewter. Fish refused its banks. Windows held less light.
It's clouded. Someone hid the truth.
It was me.
Tell me everything.
I copied an old painting. I wanted to be enough.
You are enough. Your lie isn't.
How do I undo it?
We go upstream. Grandma said, confess at the Cave of Echoes. The river remembers how to forgive.
Then we go.
Mira did not scold or turn away. She listened. And where others saw shame, she saw a chance to make things right. And so, with nothing but courage, a loaf of bread, and a promise, 2 friends followed the river upstream, toward the truth it guarded. The path was long, winding between roots and rock. Every step brought them closer, not only to the river's beginning, but to the place where honesty must first be spoken, inside yourself. Where the path split, a dark stone rose from the earth, carved with shallow words, speak whole truth or not at all.
Half-truths are whole lies.
I'm good at halves.
Then this is where halves end.
I vow to tell the whole truth at the cave, even if I lose everything.
You won't lose me.
Vows don't make paths easier. They make feet steadier. Their vow echoed through the forest, carried by wind and water alike. But vows are easy when the world is still. The first true test of truth awaited them, in a place where even reflections could lie.
Choose the lightest stone. Step where it sinks.
That makes no sense.
Light floats, but truth sinks in. Maybe lightest means least decorated. The plain stones.
Fancy one slides.
Plain one's grip. Truth underfoot.
Sometimes the safest step is the one that won't impress anyone. The orchard offered fruit, if you dared to taste your own memory.
They're congratulating me, and Mira's alone at the edge. She looks smaller.
I wasn't smaller, just further away.
I left you at the edge of me.
Come back.
I'll make it right.
Leaves brighten, a single apple turns bright silver. Empathy is the bridge between regret and repair. And for the first time, the river beneath his feet felt warm. But the river's lessons were not finished. To heal, he would need to remember whom his silence had hurt. After walking out the memory orchard, Eli and Mira came to the caves of echoes where Eli had to confess what he did.
Speak what you hid, let Echo rinse it clean.
I lied. I copied an old painting from my attic and called it mine. I wanted to be seen without doing the work. I hurt my friend, my village, and myself. I returned the praise I stole, and I asked to learn how to be true.
There you are.
Truth restored is truth begun. Go downstream, finish the mending.
Confession is not the end, it's the door. When Eli's confession filled the cave, the darkness folded into light. The river sang, not in anger, but in relief. It was time to return, to finish the mending where the lie began.
This doesn't belong to me. I copied. I'm sorry.
Let our river learn from our words.
No crowd cheered, not yet. The river listened first, people follow slowly.
It moved.
So did you.
The villagers had waited by the gray banks, but when Eli laid down his medal and lifted his truth, the river answered first. A silver shimmer, quiet and sure, and with that courage, the next chapter of repair began. The next day, Eli and Mira went back to the attic where Eli found the old painting.
There, back edge, scratched initials.
R.L. and. Paint the truth you live.
The artist already told you how to win, by telling the truth.
Then we honor them. A mural for the town, signed by us both and the river.
They sketched by day, learned by night. Eli's lines wobbled, then steadied. Mira's patience turned into light.
This time, the shine comes from work.
From honesty.
Days turned into effort and effort into art. The mural grew, not of perfection, but of perseverance. But even honest work must face its trial, for storms come to test what sunlight approves.
Storms test what sun approves.
If the mural washes away,
Then we repaint. Truth isn't fragile. Paint is.
we look ridiculous.
2 umbrellas would be less heroic.
When the storm passed, the mural stood, streaked but strong. Truth had survived the flood, as it always does. And when the villagers gathered again, the silver river shone like morning itself. Sometimes the river asks, "Will you keep the promise when it's inconvenient?" A few days after the storm passed, the village had a festival to celebrate the clear water and remind each other to always tell the truth, because the river listens.
It's brighter than before.
Truth doesn't return things to how they were. It makes them new.
Mira, thank you for walking upstream with me.
Thank you for turning around.
They didn't get their old day back, they got a better one. As night gave way to dawn, the laughter quieted, and the river hummed a lullaby. 2 friends sat once more where it all began, not children chasing stones, but hearts that had found their reflection. The river slept under stars that night, bright, clear, and calm once more. Its ripples carried laughter, forgiveness, and the quiet promise of new beginnings. Eli stood at the water's edge, the plain stone from Mira still in his hand. He had thought truth was a heavy thing to carry, but now he knew it was the only thing light enough to keep you afloat. Mira skipped another stone. It danced 4 times before sinking.
Still listening, River?
Always. And this time, it hears the truth.
They watched the silver current fade into the horizon, the morning sun turning every drop into gold. And though no one else could hear it, the river whispered one last time.
Thank you for coming back to the truth.
Every one of us carries a river inside. It flows through our choices, our words, our courage to admit when we've been wrong. Sometimes we muddy it with excuses. Sometimes we clear it with honesty. So before you leave today, ask yourself, is my river clear? Is there a truth I've been holding back? One that's waiting to be spoken? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be true. Because every time you tell the truth, you make the world and your own heart shine a little brighter. If you enjoyed this story, please tap subscribe and join us here at Story Sprout, where every story grows from kindness, courage, and the choices that shape who we become. Share this story with a friend or a class who needs a reminder that honesty is never weakness. It's the root of every good thing. And until next time, keep your river clear, keep your heart kind, and let truth flow wherever you go. If you like today's story, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, big heart grow from little stories.